This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that hype button. All right, so Lil Durk's trial started today. They heard opening arguments from the feds and the prosecution. From the prosecutors, the feds, and the defense. Now, Traplore Ross kind of says that like they're kind of pushing it on OTF Vani. They're saying he was really the orchestrator. Now, if you don't know, he's snitching. You know, he's the one saying, no, Durk made me do all this stuff. I did all this stuff, but he made me do it. So they're saying, whoa, we didn't know about all that. We didn't have anything to do with anything. If anything, he did all that on his own, and he's trying to frame us, right? That's snitching, okay? I don't care what you say, all right? Because if someone were to do that, it's like the Gucci Man situation. He doesn't really have to give any statements. Everybody else, the cameraman, the other guy, it's like, and you know, he did do a song, but like, that's kind of normal for a rapper to do a song like, oh, you tried to do this, but you're still signed to me. Like, you're an idiot, you know? Like, but he's a snitch to them, you know? You can't win, you know? So, OTF Vani is a key informant in this trial. He's going to be the one that pretty much puts Durk away for some time. They're trying to say that there's no text messages, that there's no money trail. There's nothing that this he didn't book the tickets. But of course they're going to say that because that's how they're going to try to frame to the jury. And then the prosecution's going to come out and say, no, we have this, we have that. In fact, he was on the what was he running for? You know, why was he getting on a jet to go out the country? He ran from us when we tried to apprehend him, and he stayed. He barricaded himself in his truck. It wouldn't come out. And then the defense was like, nah, he was just trying to get some space. You know, he can't run. He's famous. You know, it's like, come on. So, OTF Vani and OTF Jam. OTF Jam supposedly is like a notorious snitch. He snitched in multiple cases they're revealing now. And he kind of let them know, like, check the credit cards, check this. He was like letting them know where to find the evidence. Lil Durk's tied to this no matter how you like it. It's just how much time is he going to get. I don't think they're going to be able to put him away for more than 10 years, to be honest with you. I think OTF Vani and the people that did the drill are going to get the most time, obviously, you know? I feel like Durk will get 10 years and he'll be out in 8. But I could be totally wrong, you know, because it's easy to frame him as just a, you know, a villain. You know, the defense said, hey, he changed his life and these people are trying to drag him down. You know, he grew up in bad circumstances and he was bad before, but he changed his life. He's Grammy, you know, because you got a Grammy, you're not, can't be a killer. I don't know. Now, this is Kodak Black's lawyer, and he said the snitch experts can weigh in, but I'm sure there are plenty. But in my opinion, the defense is saying whatever Vani did, Lil Durk didn't know anything about it. That to me isn't snitching. But, you know, it's like that is snitching to these people, you know, meaning street guys that hold up snitching, you know. That's their moral compass, you know. To me, it's not really snitching, but if you got to look at it in a compass of streets, that is snitching because they moved the goalpost around here. You know, like Durk's reacted to a ton of people snitching. You know, he's a snitch. He's a snitch. This guy's a snitch. This guy, he took a plea, he's a snitch. You know, it's like even if you're not putting anybody in jail, you're still a snitch. So if it's that easy to be a snitch, right? Durk's snitching. You know, he's violating his own morals. He's going to get the beating of a lifetime on the stand, and we will see how that goes, he says. All right. I mean, I expect him to have that perspective. He's a defense attorney, and I think he's cool with Lil Durk. Like, you know, like, not like best friends, but like, you know, I'm sure there was consultations before. So Traplore Ross put this out, and then Lawyers for Workers got extra mad about that because he's like Team Lil Durk. So, Lawyers for Workers is just... He has competition this time. You know, when he was covering other cases, he's really a worker. You know, he's an attorney for workers' rights in New York City. But he likes to cover these hip-hop cases. So, you know, he was at the Diddy trial. He was at the Tory trial, which a lot of people know from the Tory Lanez thing. But he has competition at this trial. There's a lot of people covering this, right? So, you know, he's going toe-to-toe with Traplore Ross, saying he's wrong for saying they're trying to set up Vani. It's not true. Two different perspectives. That's all he really said. I can't really play his video because it didn't really explain why it's not that. But Tekashi reacted and said, remember, public, no matter what y'all say, it's 2026, I'm free and alive and rich. Von is buried. Durk is about to get life. I don't think he's going to get life. And Lil Tim out here releasing music videos. That's what winning looks like. Comment, argue with yourself. Keep doom scrolling. I'm going to keep letting y'all finish. Letting y'all fill in all month. Okay, so but he puts in... I'm trying to find this other comment that Tekashi says. Oh, no, that's the comment. Then he weighed in on the Lawyers for Workers hates Tekashi too. So Tekashi says, you're mad, so mad you can't control the narrative this time. You want it to go your way, and it's not. He's cooked. Jeez. Yo, Tekashi's crazy, bro. And he says, so Durk snitching on Vani? This is what Tekashi said. And don't blame his lawyers. Durk paid for them to defend him. Knows what they're doing and what they're going to say. They previously talked about what's the defense strategy. Let's put it all on Vani. Snitch on me, I'll snitch on you. So snitch plus snitch, it's okay. It's true. That's how they look at it. Javonte Davis mocks rumor Devin Haney's mom passed away. Crazy how Buddy talked about my mom, only for his mom to check a few weeks later. Oh, this is nasty. So it's crazy. Buddy talked about my mom, only for his mom to check out a few weeks later. Post that. Oh, the mom weighed in. She's doing the same thing her son did. Went to sleep. Oh my gosh. Hey, little Tay Javonte, in case you forgot, remember that combo we had in Fountain Blue? You better sign the contract and shut up because it don't take much over here to stick a guy in an interrogation room or in a freezer. Man, these guys play dirty, bro. Drake says fear of missing out. This might be in Boy Wonder. I think Boy Wonder liked the post or something. So this is supposed to be an album, possibly in 2026, right? Let me see. There was another kid that reacted to it, and it showed that Boy Wonder liked the post. So this could be possibly coming, man. This could be possibly coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped another album. And Diddy is mad at his son, King Combs. Supposedly left $6 million behind for him to do stuff, and he's just blowing it. And Diddy's like, yo, where's the accounting for this money? What do you think he's going to do, bro? He's spoon-fed. Silver spoon bandit. Living off his pops. Anyways, Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that hype button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.